Here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony courtside. On our sidelines tonight, reporting Allie LaForce. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Timberwolves can please this home crowd. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
And Greg, with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award, the Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
Fox, no good. Here's Edwards. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. Ant can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
Well, year after year, Clark, we continue to see Anthony Edwards increase his scoring.
Yeah, and I like the fact that his efficiency has gone up as well, Kevin. That's a nice combination. Scoring going up and efficiency improving, and that's a problem for sure for the rest of the league. Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
Inside, here's Wembanyama. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there? It just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. Wemby came up, and Coach emphasized the importance of taking a charge and digging in when his players can. He said Wemby is counting on you to be movable. If your feet are set, you may alter his course. Don't change yours. If they can stand up to this tall task, they might just curb Wemby's advantage out there. Guys, back to you.
Thank you once again, Allie. Wembanyama on the follow.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on it.
Edwards can't hit. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for San Antonio. For 3, Vassell. Randall grabs the board. Now the Timberwolves with it. Here's Edwards. The quick look, no good that time.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Right side, Fox. Pocket 6. San Antonio needs to get off his shot here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter. Here's Randall. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Devin Vassell. The Timberwolves shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Now, here's Fox. No scoring in this one. To the inside. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
Free throw good, Wembanyama. And thus far in his career, GA, Victor Wembanyama is averaging well over 3 blocks per game.
Matter of fact, if he can maintain this rate, he's on pace to average the most blocks of any player in NBA history, surpassing the towering Mark Eaton.
No matter how good you are, it's tough with the defenders draped all over you.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Here's Edwards. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Edwards is a load to stop on the bounce simply because he's got a football player's build.
Pass to Castle. Vassell outside. Wow, through the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team fairly deep with size up front,
that can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
32 seconds left here in the first quarter. And there's the defensive 3-second call. For Minnesota, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Hey, like a lot of guys, Edwards rides momentum as a player. When his confidence is soaring, so is his activity level.
And there's the drive. Misses from close range. And it's Barnes with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe.
And what I like about Castle's game is the versatility, right? He's a legitimate two-way threat who's willing to take on whatever role helps the team.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Spurs. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with them. We've got more in store for you right after this. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Spurs.
And guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Here's Champagnie. Off target from outside. McDaniels with the ball. Ball stolen. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Harper, no good. The Timberwolves trade. Gobert, the screen. Here's Randall, and it's blocked. There's the three. Hits the three-point bomb. Champagnie's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Spurs. Edwards looking it over. To the paint. Swiped away. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Hey, the Timberwolves coach, Chris Finch, said, "We're a team based on movement, cutting, and fluidity. That burden also falls on Anthony Edwards to move and accommodate his teammates. For his part, Ant said his focus is being what the team needs me to be, a leader by example, and showing them that I'm coachable." Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Here is Edwards after the basket by San Antonio. Banged in off the glass. Edwards got 7 points. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called hunting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could be without some of those cheap foul calls against the defenders.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. Gobert. You know, Clark, Rudy Gobert is often the victim of unfair criticism.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more there. I mean, that's just what people tend to do, the talking heads, if you will. I think too many times folks focus on what he can't do instead of appreciating all that he does. I mean, he excels as a rim protector, a screener, a physical presence in the paint. I mean, I think he's going to go down as one of the all-time outstanding defenders in league history.
And forget about finesse. This ball is all about the power.
Here's Harper. Here's the screen to the left side wing. Here's Champagnie. Connects from three-point range. Champagnie's got 6 here in this quarter. Now Highland. Rebound San Antonio. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. To the middle. Here's Cornette. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And it's a 6-point Spurs lead.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Stolen by Highland. Here's Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Gobert plays as tough at the rim offensively as anybody in the league.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. And 101 left in the first half. Here's Fox. Here's Wembanyama. Minnesota with the rebound. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The Timberwolves shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. Clark, Naz Reid, a former 6-man award winner in this league.
Yeah, I tell you, he was given the nickname Big Jelly in high school, and it has stuck with him. In fact, they got some great T-shirts with that on it. And to be honest, I like it. I just would like to know the backstory as to how he became Big Jelly. His game is pretty sweet, too.
Berenger shot is off.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Pass to Wembanyama. McDaniels in the post. Berenger. And the layup's good off the glass. Berenger's got his first basket.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Spurs lead by 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Now, here's Fox. Still scoreless. Wembanyama with that soft touch around the rim.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
And stolen by Wembanyama. Launches a three. And Fox gets it to go. Fox has got the lead up to 7 now for San Antonio.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. They set the screen. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox.
Anthony Edwards has a great body and knows how to control it, showing you right there by taking advantage to draw the foul.
And he's good on the second. So Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves franchise player. GA, how good do you think he can be?
Well, some were ready to anoint him the new face of the league, but if they're to win the franchise's first title, there's another level he's got to reach.
Spurs leading by 6. Down low, Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Now we've talked Barnes is athletic, he's strong, but he also has good bounce, so he gets up fast to ram it home.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is truly a superstar on the rise. He said, quote, "People forget how young I am. I'm not even touching my prime yet. I'm just trying to get more efficient as every year goes by." Back to you guys.
Yep, a star on the rise. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. So they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. To the inside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, Barnes plays with confidence on the block. Excellent at being aggressive with the defense and earning the foul.
Oh, good on that one. And he misses the second one as well, so he's 0 for 2 that time.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
And here's Edwards. He's got 8. Randall outside. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And the Spurs with possession. They're on a 9-1 run. And Fox has it in the corner. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by DiVincenzo.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
And how about the show Wemby's putting on here? When he gets it going, Victor is pretty much unstoppable.
And then Randall slams it in.
You got to have guts and hops to pull off a dunk like that. Randall got a lot of both.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. Pass to Wembanyama. Back to Fox. And it's Vassell in the corner. Now Johnson. 5 on the clock. To the middle. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. The Spurs with some changes. Timberwolves trail by 10. Gobert the screen. It's Randle with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Randle's got 4 this quarter.
Showing quickness off the dribble, something that separates Randle from most other power forwards.
Cohen with the screen. And the basket by Castle. Castle's got his first bucket in this one.
Hey, whatever adjustment.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
There's 49 seconds left in the third. And it's Sohan missing. Now the Timberwolves with it. Trailing here by 8. High post, Gobert. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Randle outside. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. There's 21 seconds left to play in the third. Castle with it. Outside Harper. Inside. Sohan. And the dunk by Sohan.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
And so it's San Antonio in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Timberwolves trail by 8. On the wing, DiVincenzo. To the paint. A floater. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. And he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakouts, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you.
You know, you give Edwards credit for making the right decision there, feeding his teammate. Smart, good basketball.
And stolen by DiVincenzo. Over in the corner, Edwards. Edwards loves it in there.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting the rock every time.
Harper with the ball. Now defended by Randall. Down low. Here's Sohan. Minnesota with the rebound.
Hey, even guys at his skill level will miss those from time to time. Well, it doesn't happen often.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. 6 to shoot. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
DiVincenzo with the nice touch on the inside shot. Boy, he really knows how to make it work at close range.
Inside, and that one is hammered home.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's Champagnie. Now Cornette. It's stolen by Edwards. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Oh, what an assist. Leading him to the bucket.
And we could have been looking at a two-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now, nerves becoming a factor.
And timeout called by Mitch Johnson. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. A different look now for San Antonio. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. And it's Fox with the ball for the Spurs. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Here is Wembanyama. Outside, Fox. Victor Wembanyama.
And how about the young fella, Wembanyama, with a big-time bucket.
Gobert, the screen. And he cams it in.
Gobert calling for the ball in moments like these. Big-time games under his belt.
Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama spacing the floor.
And defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Here's Edwards. It's stolen by Wembanyama. .125 left to play in the final quarter. Now Barnes. Wembanyama down low. Off the glass.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Randall outside. And the 3 misses. Wembanyama outside. And the whistle blows.
Shut your mouth. Punk. Hit ya with the hard tactics. Hit ya with the hard tactics. Hit ya with the hard tactics. Hit ya with the hard pump tactics. Bankrolls come straight for the assets. No games, no throw, won't pass it. Pick you up, spit you out like Jurassic. Oh, no for the rigmarole, we kick pros. Stump toes, I suppose you might know. Hit the block, then you flock. Time's up, now you're about to get spicy like pepper. One.
It's the Western Conference on display, featuring the Minnesota Timberwolves. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. And we'll be checking in with Allie LaForce from the sideline moments from now. Now, here's DiVincenzo. Gobert. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And thus far in his career, GA, Victor Wembanyama is averaging well over 3 blocks per game.
Matter of fact, if he can maintain this rate, he's on pace to average the most blocks of any player in NBA history, surpassing the towering Marquis.
Here's Gobert.
The endless reach of Gobert. Those long arms sometimes seems like he's everywhere. An overwhelming presence on the offensive glass.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Wembanyama, a screen. Out to the right wing. It's up a three. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Basically just ignored that contact inside. Really tough finish by McDaniels.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Vassell outside. Just 5 to shoot. The kick out to Barnes. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mitch Johnson. Immediately, Anthony Edwards came up in our conversation, and coach kind of chuckled and said, well, I don't know if anyone on the planet can slow this kid down. He's on his way to becoming one of the best in the league, if he's not there already. Looks like they're going to roll the dice on one of the league's most talented players. Back to you guys.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. Wembanyama, a screen. Pass to Castle. Shot to stop the run. Rebound, Minnesota.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
You can be sure, GA, that as the Spurs build this team, there will be no shortcuts.
Well, they're surely eyeing that group 8 hours north in OKC. Another young core that's not going anywhere. If the Spurs want to contend, the standard's been set.
No good on the free throw. An NBA champion with the Bucks. Clark, what do you think about Dante DiVincenzo?
Boy, the guy's a winner. I mean, I think about his spectacular performance in the championship game back in 2018. And then he plays hard all the time. I mean, he's willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win. And his defense and three-point shooting bring great value to his team. Nice seeing Barnes go for that dunk. Always looking to finish with power at the rim. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Mr. Gobert. Second chance shot. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Here's Randall. Drops in the layup for 2.
And rolling with such quickness. There's just no way to keep Randall from scoring now.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Randall surveying the D. Here's Edwards. Rebounded by Castle. Spurs trailed by 5. To the paint. Here's Wembanyama.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Randall. McDaniels trying to break free. Randall with the bucket. Randall's got his second bucket.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
So much confidence coming from Anthony Edwards. You can just see it. This is a guy who knows he belongs in the league and is hungry to be great.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have. Stretching close games, you've got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 8. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup.
Who wants a T-shirt? It's T-shirt time.
And Clark, something fundamental to good offense, but so often overlooked. The art of setting a terrific screen.
I tell you, a screen set well can do a lot for your offense and even for the screener. But it comes down to timing as well as footwork. You've got to be able to set that screen legally, and then the ability to get out of the screen quickly is so important, as well as the correct angle.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, Kevin. Spurs talent evaluators first laid eyes on Victor Wembanyama when he was 15 years old, playing on a youth team in France. At that point, the franchise was enjoying its 22nd straight winning season, but the opportunity to just maybe draft a prospect like Wemby gave them the impetus to rebuild. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for San Antonio. 6-point game. Timberwolves on offense. They've led by as much as 10.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Inside, here's Wembanyama. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
Here's Highland. A rebound by the Spurs. And having a star in Anthony Edwards, Clark with so much confidence, what kind of impact does that have for the Wolves?
Well, it's huge. I mean, he wants the pressure of carrying the team, and with his outgoing nature and skill set, that mentality, I think, permeates the team and gives it great confidence.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
So Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves franchise player. GA, how good do you think he can be?
Well, some were ready to anoint him the new face of the league, but if they're to win the franchise's first title, there's another level. He's got to reach.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Cornette can't get it to go. Timberwolves leading by 7. Here's Dillingham. Banked in off the glass. Dillingham's got 4 points in the quarter.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low. Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative and make something happen.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Six on the shot clock. Here's Reed, and it's blocked. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Spurs trail by 7. Down low. Stolen by Reed. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first half. Intercepted. Here's Johnson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And what Johnson lacks in size, he makes up for with determination. Even the foul can't stop him completely.
That free throw, no good. And Craig, with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award, the Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
Here's Beringer. That shot missing. And San Antonio has possession. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Up again. Minnesota with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Highland. To the inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
And that one's good. Champagnie.
Getting the ball into the paint for a close range look. That's a nice pass.
They set the pick. Pass to Dillingham. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
Johnson, wide open, he fires. Offline with his 3. Minnesota leading by 6. Picked by Reed. Takes it inside. The rebound by Champagnie.
He took it up strong, but the defense was ready for it.
Pass to Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Minnesota on top, up by 4. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Spurs trail by 4. Now, here's Fox. Still yet to score. To the middle. Barnes can't get it to go. Here's Edwards. Bursting off the floor. Edwards hammers it down.
Hey, we use the term explosive a lot, but Edwards, this guy is explosive times 3.
Wembanyama looking it over. Back to Fox. Wembanyama, a screen. Shoots the 3. Gobert pulls it in. Timberwolves leading by 6. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Victor Wembanyama drawing fans league-wide. Pacers coach Rick Carlisle proclaimed, "I've never seen a player like this. I'm in awe of his talent, his size, his aptitude for the game, his skill, his feel, you name it. And in due time, it's very possible that he will be the face of world basketball." Back to you guys.
Yeah, he's taken over. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. On the wing, Fox. Pass to Castle. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's Wembanyama. San Antonio again missing. So, Clark, looking at the history of the Timberwolves, they're in the most successful stretch ever.
Yeah, you look at the first 24 seasons, Minnesota won just 2 playoff series total. They've won 4 rounds in the last 2 years alone in the playoffs. You know, what's been the key if you ask that question? I'd say having that guy Anthony Edwards is where you start.
DiVincenzo with the rebound.
Tell you what, he does not miss many of those. He's usually a very strong finisher in tight.
The shot by McDaniels, no good.
He converts those at a high rate, but not that time.
Stolen by McDaniels. Here's DiVincenzo. Makes it off the glass. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 12 now for the Timberwolves. And there's the call on Donte DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team.
Castle with it. Scoreless thus far. Nobody near Barnes. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Randle down low. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
Attacking right away. McDaniels wasting no time there.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Pass to Gobert. Shot clock at 5. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now Castle. Edwards defending. Here's Castle. Nice defense from McDaniel. Into the lane. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Vassell wide open. The offensive rebound.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on him.
44 seconds left to play here in the third. High post, Gobert. And that one hits back iron.
You're not going to get a better look from mid-range. He's definitely disappointed with himself there.
It's stolen by Gobert. Down low. And Randle throws it down.
Boy, what a throwdown by the well-built 6'9" Julius Randle with power.
And another turnover here by San Antonio.
That's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Here's DiVincenzo. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
.11 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Cornette. In the corner, Sohan with it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We've got more in store for you right after this. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. And so it's Highland who brings the ball up for Minnesota. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Beringer. Tips it. Out to Miller. Tries again. No good on that one. Spurs trailed by 11. Pass to Johnson. Over to the wing. Now, Sohan. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Most any coach loves points coming off assists.
Driving inside. Island misses. Got a piece of it. It's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Miller. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And here is Harper. Pass to Champagny. A three ball. And Beringer pulls it down.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. Outstanding pass in transition there for the easy deuce.
As he develops his game, I see Harper with the ability to be a great facilitator.
Minnesota leading by 9. Dillingham with it. Drives to the hoop. Rebound by Sohan. To the inside. And the dunk by Sohan.
And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
And Allie, thanks so much. Shot clock at 6. McDaniel. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Got it to go.
Answering the call, Keldon Johnson comes up big.
Edwards looking it over. Barnes rips down the rebound. Spurs trailed by 5. And the points coming for them now, Craig and Bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
Vassell. And McDaniels with the block.
The length of McDaniels, a big factor at both ends.
Clock at 6. Now Johnson. And he banks the layup in.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
And go outside. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Fox. Lets it go from 11. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. Screen by McDaniel. Driving, it's Edwards. No good, unable to end this run. And it's Fox with the ball for the Spurs.
They want the ball in his hand when the situation calls for it.
Now the Timberwolves with it. Oh, here's Edwards. Driving the lane. Gobert. Oh, the slam dunk.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. DiVincenzo. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
And that's in there.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.